Good morning to my dear students. Students, today I am here to discuss few more questions of chapter biodiversity and its conservation. So today students we are going to discuss about the short answer type questions having the weightage of 2 marks. So I have few questions today which I want to discuss with you today. Now the first question is mention the kind of biodiversity represented by more than 1,000 varieties of mangoes in India and how it is possible. So students, I want to answer you that the kind of biodiversity which is represented by mangoes in India is called genetic level of biodiversity. So students, as we know that there are more than 1,000 varieties, and these varieties are basically due to the genetic recombination or mutation in the genetic structure. So a single species here is having more than 1,000 varieties shows that how variable the number of genes are there in the mangoes, and it is causing great diversity in the mangoes, and this diversity or this biodiversity can be referred as genetic level of biodiversity, and this is only possible due to the differences in the structure and the variation in the mutation in the genes of that particular mango plant. Now the second question, how do ecologists estimate the total number of species present in the world? Now it's very interesting question. Now this is a very interesting question, how the ecologists are capable enough to estimate the whole population. So I want to tell you that what ecologists are doing in such condition. So while they have to calculate the total biodiversity of the planet, the ecologists make a statistical data or statistical comparison between the species richness of systematically studied group of insects of temperate and tropical regions. So initially what they are doing, they are counting or uh, they are going to find out the total number of the species in of insects in the temperate region as well as the tropical region, and they are comparing the total number of species of that particular region with the species of some other animal groups or animal or plant groups. So what they are doing, they are going to find out they are initially finding out the total number of population of species in tropical region as well as temperate region, and they are also going to find out the ratio of the population of insects in that particular region with the plant species as well as the uh, animal species, and the same thing they are performing in the another region, and finally with the help of this calculation they are estimating what is the gross number of the species which are existing in that particular planet. So I have to say that ecologists make a statistical comparison of species richness of systematically studied group of insects of temperate and tropical regions, and extrapolate this ratio to other groups of animals and plants. This is how they calculate the gross estimate of the total number of the species existing on the planet. Now third question, you can see the pie chart here. Now you have to observe the global biodiversity distribution of the major plant taxa in a given diagram, and you have to answer accordingly. So now if we are observing the picture, then we have to answer. The first question is, which group of plants are most endangered? So here in the picture we can say that the fungi is the here we in this picture we are observing lichens are there, and the lichens are the group of plants which are mostly endangered. Now the second question, why are mosses and ferns are so few? Give reasons. So I want to tell you that mosses and ferns like to grow in such regions which are humid or shady areas, and these areas are only available in the forest. But nowadays we are cutting down forest and deforestation is going in a rapid rate, so humid areas are decreasing, and which is essential for their sexual reproduction, so their number is going to reduce. Now third question, how do fungi that are heterotrophs sustain themselves as a large population? As we know that fungi are heterotrophs and they have wider adaptability. They can survive in most uh, conditions which are not favorable for other species too. So their wider adaptability is helping them to grow in all kind of habitats. So their number is quite larger. Now last, which group of the plant is most advanced? So I have to say that according to this picture, angiosperms are most advanced, and which one is most primitive? But fungi is not a plant group, but while it is represented by the picture, so we have to answer accordingly to the picture. So we have to say that the fungi is the most primitive structure, or most primitive organisms group according to this picture. Now the question number 14th, what is the significance of the slope of regression in a species area relationship? Okay, I want to tell you that the slope of regression, or the slope of line of the graph, actually shows that, or it represents the changes in the species richness with the area. तो actually ये बताता है कि एरिया के साथ साथ species richness कैसे घटती है और कैसे बढ़ती है. ठीक है, तो species richness decrease with the decrease in the area, एंड इट इंक्रीजेज विद द इंक्रीज इन द एरिया. यानी अगर एरिया को एक्सप्लोर करेंगे, एरिया आप बढ़ाएंगे तो स्पीसीज रिचनेस बढ़ेगी, एरिया घटाएंगे तो स्पीसीज रिचनेस घटेगी. एंड द स्लोप ऑफ द लाइन इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग द रिग्रेशन कोफिशिएंट, और इट इज़ रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय जेड, और जो इसकी वैल्यू होती है हमेशा 0.1 टू 0.2 के बीच होती है, रिगार्डलेस द टैक्सोनॉमी ग्रुप. किस टैक्सोनॉमी ग्रुप के रिगार्ड में बात कर रहे हैं कोई मतलब नहीं. अगर कोई स्मॉलर रीजन है, कंट्री के परिप्रेक्ष्य में हम बात कर रहे हैं, कंट्री के लिए अगर हम बात कर रहे हैं, तो हम किसी कंट्री में किसी पर्टिकुलर टैक्सोनॉमिकल ग्रुप के लिए हमेशा ही 0.1 टू 0.2 के बीच में लाई करता है. वहीं अगर हम स्लोप ऑफ लाइन की बात करें, तो अगर किसी बड़े कॉन्टिनेंट के बारे में बात करें जहाँ एरिया बहुत बड़ा हो जाता है, तो इन एक पर्टिकुलर कॉन्टिनेंट द स्लोप जो होता है वो और स्टीपर हो जाता है और खड़ा हो जाता है, एंड इसकी वैल्यू जो होती है 0.6 टू 1 के बीच हो जाती है. तो दिस इज़ द सिग्निफिकेंस ऑफ द स्लोप ऑफ रिग्रेशन. मीन्स while it is steeper, so it will show high species richness, and while it is less steeper, so it will show less population density or less species richness. Now the next question is it true there is more solar energy available in the tropics? So yes, it is true. The amount of the solar energy is higher in tropical regions. The reason behind is that as one moves from equator to the polar regions, द लेंथ ऑफ द डे डिक्रीजेज एंड द लेंथ ऑफ द नाइट इंक्रीजेज. तो यानी डे की लेंथ छोटी होगी, नाइट की लेंथ अगर इंक्रीज करेगी तो डेफिनेटली क्या होगा कि सनलाइट पोल्स पे कम और इक्वेटर पे ज़्यादा होगी. नाउ द नेक्स्ट रीजन आई वांट टू गिव यू दैट इन द ट्रॉपिकल रीजन्स द लेंथ ऑफ द डे इज ऑलमोस्ट इक्वल टू द लेंथ ऑफ द नाइट. अगर हम वहीं ट्रॉपिकल रीजन्स पे देखें तो लेंथ जो है डे एंड नाइट की वो इक्वल है, तो हैंस द सोलर एनर्जी विल बी अवेलेबल फॉर लॉन्गर टाइम. तो डेफिनेटली the tropical regions will get more solar energy. Now finally I am coming to the last question. What characteristic makes a community stable? और इसी को दूसरे तरीके से भी पूछा जा सकता है, लिस्ट द फीचर्स दैट मेक अ स्टेबल बायोलॉजिकल कम्युनिटी. तो एक स्टेबल बायोलॉजिकल कम्युनिटी के क्या फीचर्स होंगे? तो आई वांट टू टेल यू दैट लेस वेरिएशंस इन द प्रोडक्टिविटी फ्रॉम ईयर टू ईयर. यानी प्रोडक्टिविटी जिस कम्युनिटी की आपकी ज़्यादा वेरिएबल नहीं है, यानी थ्रू आउट द ईयर इक्वल प्रोडक्टिविटी आ रही है, तो हम कह सकते हैं कि यहाँ लेस वेरिएशन आएंगे. तो अगर प्रोडक्टिविटी इक्वल है तो यानी कि लेस वेरिएशन होंगे तो प्रोडक्टिविटी क्या होगी, सिमिलर रहेगी थ्रू आउट द ईयर. तो ये कैरेक्टरिस्टिक है एक स्टेबल कम्युनिटी का. सेकंड, रेजिस्टेंस टू ओकेजनल डिस्टर्बेंस. तो यानी कि एक ऐसी कम्युनिटी जहाँ पर ओकेजनल यानी नेचुरल कैलामिटीज़ कम आ रही हैं और आ भी रही हैं, तो वहाँ के रहने वाले ऑर्गेनिज्म अगर उसको रेजिस्ट कर रहे हैं, तो ऐसे ऑर्गेनिज्म, तो यहाँ पर क्या होगा कि जो वेरिएशन है ऑर्गेनिजम्स के बीच में बढ़ते चले जाएंगे और कम्युनिटी जो है और ज़्यादा स्टेबल होगी, बायोडाइवर्सिटी और ज़्यादा बढ़ते चले जाएगी. लास्ट, रेजिस्टेंस टू इन्वेजन बाय एलियन स्पीसीज. यानी कि इस पर्टिकुलर कम्युनिटी में रहने वाले जो ऑर्गेनिजम्स हैं, इनके पास एबिलिटी होनी चाहिए, रेजिस्टिविटी होनी चाहिए, ताकि कोई एलियन स्पीसीज़ अगर यहाँ पे आ रही है तो उस एलियन स्पीसीज़ के अगेंस्ट फाइट कर सकें और उसे वहाँ पे एग्जिस्ट ना करने दें. सो दीज आर सम characteristic features of a stable community. So I hope so you understood how to answer these 6 questions. So I hope so you are capable enough to answer these questions. Still if you have any doubt you can ask. Thank you. Bye bye.